Hey guys, long time no see. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica. Thank you so much for clicking the link to watch today's video. I'm actually filming this in real time, so just 10-second update, literally 10 seconds. Yes, I have the twins. Yes, there are videos coming. You can head over to my Instagram if you'd like a sneak peek at them. But I am editing the labor and delivery videos and all my pregnancy videos that I had actually already recorded. How I went into labor and delivery was unexpected. I had a traumatic birth, and so we do have that and the birth story coming out in this coming week and next week as well. So just stay tuned. As you can tell by the title of this video, this is not a happy topic. This is a heavy topic. And honestly, I do not like filming stuff like this on my channel just because my channel for me is like a safe place, a happy place, and no one wants to look back at videos and, you know, remember that type of stuff. But I feel like my platform is essential, and this is critical for me to speak up and say things. Obviously from a Black woman, and then today as a Black Air Force officer. This is literally my platform, and to hear and see this, I was in shock. Normally, I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch any of the police brutality videos just because it triggers something in me. I don't like to really discuss it outside of my close group just because I know that, especially right now, it's critical for my hormone levels and for my peace of mind. And honestly, we have a lot going on that I kind of protect my peace and censor myself against certain things. So because I know I can get wrapped around the axle, I'm not going to even lie. I'm going to talk about Lieutenant Lt Nazario. And I don't know if it's Quran or because he is Black and he is Hispanic, I believe. So long story short, you guys saw, if you haven't seen, it's everywhere right now. This happened back in December, I believe. Basically the Black Army lieutenant, second lieutenant, was driving home from work, still in uniform and everything. He got pulled over. He knew good enough to drive to a well-lit gas station. He had both of his hands, you can see in the video, out the vehicle, asking what he was being pulled over for. The officers refused to tell him. Things escalated. I'm just summarizing up the video. They pepper sprayed him, I think it's called knife strike. They struck him, and he was saying he was scared to do anything, and the officer's like, yeah, you should be. And it was just, the video is not that long, go and watch it. It was just absolutely ridiculous and heartbreaking. One, I'm proud of him because he knew, as a Black man and as a Black officer, he was in uniform, but he knew to drive to a well-lit gas station. He knew to have both of his hands out the vehicle. He knew to ask what he was being pulled over for, or asked to step out of the vehicle for. That's a man, you can tell, who's trained like, okay, when I get pulled over, I'm gonna stick my hands out of the car. I'm gonna make sure I'm a well-lit gas station. And I believe in the article, it also said that he was recording them on he had his phone on the dashboard to make sure he was recording it, which are all smart things. It's sad that we have to do that, but it's smart. And you know, the biggest thing for me, you know, and since this incident, there's another shooting that just took place. And the biggest thing to me is, I always felt that if I wore my uniform, or when I'm in my uniform, it's almost like wearing a giant cross, where it's like, you know, you can see that I'm not a threat, although I'm Black, I'm safe, I serve this country just like you served this country in your position. And they didn't care. And this took place I looked up where Windsor, Virginia is, and it's only 3 hours for me in this small town. And it's just, it's absolutely heartbreaking. It's disgusting what went on. You know, the police department didn't even take action on this until the video went viral. Then all of a sudden he was terminated. The police officer who did the pepper spraying and the knife striking and saying, good, you should be scared, and all these different things. The Army lieutenant is suing the police department that was involved, which good for him. But I'm just so disappointed. I'm so exhausted as a Black woman, as a person who serves this country in uniform. I'm exhausted from having the fact that even in uniform, he was still seen as a threat, and they did that. Normally, when you see someone in uniform, you do kind of give them a little bit of respect. You should treat everyone the same, but it's kind of like when I'm in uniform, you know, I'm definitely treated differently and a little bit more higher caliber. I'm not sure why. I'm not saying it's right, but what I'm saying is they didn't even care that he was in uniform. You know, when I was driving across country, my dad told me, and this is when George Floyd had just happened, and we were driving cross country to here, and we did have to go through Minneapolis and all these different cities. And my dad was like, Veronica, the first thing you need to do is put your uniforms in your car when you're driving, so that way if police see you, they know you're not a threat and they know you serve in the military. And we drove with my uniforms in the window. And the fact that this young man was in his uniform and they treated him like this, the fact that he did nothing wrong and he's in a uniform he can't change out of, aka being a Black man, he was still seen as a threat. It's exhausting, it's disgusting, it's tiring. I fully hope the Army supports him and helps in any way they can. It's a little bit different when it comes to things going on, but he shouldn't deserve. I'm glad there was no action taken against him, because when we get arrested on the outside, we have consequences in the military. But clearly from the video, I'm so glad he recorded, because that man's career could have been in jeopardy just like that from the Army, because they don't play. If you get arrested in the real world, you're probably going to have worse consequences by the military, to be honest. I've seen it time and time again. So this video is deeply disturbing to me. I'm so glad he's alive. Had he not, I really don't know what would have saved him. I really do believe God saved his life, but honestly, it's just, he could have been another hashtag. It could have been worse. And I believe I was reading another article where he did those things because his uncle was Eric Gardner, who also was in a similar situation and lost his life. We all know who Eric Gardner is. And it's just, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm just so tired, and it's just exhausting as a Black woman, as Black people, you know, and as a military person, it's sickening and it's disheartening what they did and how they made him feel. And I believe the officers, both of them, should lose their jobs. They should be fined, and I hope he wins the lawsuit where they have to pay him, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And in my head, it's like, if I'm not even safe in my uniform, if I can't even entrust, even though I shouldn't think like this, if I can't even walk in my uniform or drive home in my uniform and pray that it's a saving grace and they see me as an equal or someone who's respectable as a last Hail Mary, then what can I do? And the fact that we even have to think like that is wrong, in my opinion. The fact that in my mind, I'm always like, okay, if I'm in my uniform, I'm safe. You know, no one's going to hurt me while we're driving cross country, hopefully. You know, no one's going to, people come up to me, they shake my hand. But when I'm not in uniform, I'm getting stared and followed in the stores. You know what I mean? And so, enough is enough. I don't know how many times I can say it. I mean, I know at this point we're all tired. I know it. Where do we go from here? I don't know. I think for me, I'm just recording this just to kind of get this off my chest and bring light to it. I know as an Air Force, black female Air Force officer, you know, wearing my uniform, that just proves that, yeah, in certain circumstances when I wear my uniform, I might be safe, but not really. And as much as I'm tired, as much as I'm like, man, you know, even serving is just pointless. I can't think like that. I may think like that for a second, but I have to move on and remember, even if there's a small change, that's progress. And I think that's what we all need to remember. The trial, everything that we went through from not just 2020, but decades ago, from when this movement started, there has been change, and that's something we should be proud about. And just pray for the families involved of all of the victims who continuously go through police brutality and injustices. Be an ally, be a part of the change. And really, if you have no idea what to do, or maybe you're not a black person, or you're a white person, or someone who's just like, I've never had any of this, I've been privileged enough to not see any of this, then I implore you to do research. I implore you to read and to watch Lieutenant Nazario's video and just see the dynamics that happen. Understand that we have a responsibility to demand a reform. We have the responsibility to demand justice, and it will come. It will happen. I'm confident in it. I'm still optimistic. I'm gonna go ahead and go because the babies are definitely gonna be waking up soon. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I unexpectedly took some maternity leave from YouTube. Didn't think I would, honestly, but the way things happened, I had nothing prepared. So you guys will see that. So I will catch you guys in my next video. Again, I implore you guys to do what you can. Donate, volunteer, read, have meaningful discussions with friends. There's a myriad of things to do that you can do that don't involve money. It just involves opening up your heart and listening. And I think everyone should take that chance. And I will keep everyone in my prayers. I ask that you keep me and my family, as always, in your prayers. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm going to get back to my 2 miracles. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.